And howdy everybody, Rob Booker here, best-selling author of Adventures of a Currency Trader and Trading by Faith. And how you doing? It's Wednesday. Today, inside of this video, what we're going to do is take a look at the importance of picking a direction, having an opinion, staking a claim, and being solid and decisive in your trading, and how much it helps to be decisive in your trading, picking a direction, deciding which way you want to trade, setting a risk parameters, and not being so open-minded when it comes to actually pulling the trigger on the trade. But first, lately, well, in particular lately, I've had a lot of haters. Like, the more stuff I put out there, it's odd. Like, the more people come out of the woodwork that are haters or upset or depressed or just don't like me very much. And I just want to say it's perfectly fine, but I did record a special message for those people that don't like me or that are haters with a message to one person in particular. Happy morning, everybody. I'm Rob Booker, best-selling author of Adventures of a Currency Trader and Trading by Faith. You may often hear me say that I love you. And I know that for some of you that's really hard to believe. And in particular, for one person, it's really difficult to believe. So I thought today I would address some of the haters out there, one of which is right here. Dear Rob, I just wanted to inform you that I think you're overdoing it. Yeah, maybe. I thought you were someone trying to help. But by the frequency of your emails and pitches, it is now evidently clear that you are a spammer and clearly not concerned about my well-being. Please stop telling me you love me in your emails because that is so fake. Actually, as fake as it can get. No, I mean, if I wore a clown costume and then I came to your house and sang you happy birthday, that would be even more fake. And because of all the above mentioned, please remove me from your list because I do not feel like being lied to for the sake of your profits. My apologies for being so rude. No problem, it's okay. I'm sure you can't help it. And direct to you today, but I'm getting sick of people that treat me as if I am dumb and don't understand and see through your business objective. No, I'm in business. There's no seeing through it. I'm in business. Is it okay to be clear about that? Oh, a deer. Anyway, yeah, I'm in business. I'm running a business. It's no big deal, right? Telling someone you don't know that you love them in an email where you try to sell them something is, in my opinion, the lowest of the low. No, I think killing people is probably the lowest of the low. It is not real, brother, and please don't try to tell me about ancient traditions and loving everyone. I'm well versed in those and definitely believe in that, yet it has no place in a sales pitch ever. Thank you for your time and what you do, but I'm just not interested in your emails or help anymore. Well, first of all, I am the lowest of the low. I've never thought I was anything special or anyone special or better than anyone. But I am in business. And my response to someone that hates me or writes me messages like this, or ones that are even much worse, is that I love you. And I'm sorry for whatever happened in your life that caused you to be bitter and unhappy when someone tells you that they love you. And I can be in business and sell things and also love you at the same time. And so I'm going to give, because it's clear that unless I give you something for free, you're going to be unhappy and you won't believe that I love you. I'd like to give you something for free, and it's just a little bit of advice. All right, so I don't really have anything to say to our friend there. My parents taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say it absolutely as loud as possible. And I was going to edit that video so that there was like a bunch of bleeping at the end of that video when I gave him some free advice. But I don't really, I mean, it would make me laugh, but that would be about it. And I don't want him to feel terrible. I mean, I don't want him to feel good. I mean, I love him, right? If you love somebody, it doesn't mean you always, okay, Yeah, maybe I do hope he gets hit by a truck. Maybe a small part of me hopes that he does, because I'm just here trying my hardest, and sometimes that's really unwelcome. On the other hand, it just drives me to do more good stuff for those of you that do appreciate it and like it and whatnot. But I don't know. I just wanted to share that because I don't know. It just made me laugh. You know, you could try your hardest, and then some people just still don't like it. Anyway, let's talk about picking a direction and staking a claim and being decisive. As you know, I have been trading some binary options recently. And let's pull up that account while we're waiting here. And this morning I traded a binary option that would benefit and make money if price went up after the Canadian interest rate decision. And I did a live webinar with the members of the new class. And I also traded an option that would profit if price went down after the interest rate decision. And price went down, and that first leg of the option was successful. The second leg of the option is not successful, and it's currently at a maximum loss of $29. And I actually did break my own rule of risk management and paid a little bit too much for that dollar Canadian binary option that would profit if price went up. And so I'm kind of stuck in that binary option. And I want to talk a little bit about a mistake that I think I made and how I would change things around the next time. And then I also want to show you what I'm thinking about doing about this situation. There's still time to get into the brand new class. We have 39 webinars left to go, hundreds of YouTube videos only for the members of the class who blah, 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 blah. I'm not here to sell anything. Because obviously I don't love you if, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I want to talk about what I could have done differently. And the first thing that comes to mind that I could have done differently is I could have stayed home and hung out with my wife all day. That would have been a great idea. No, the first thing that I could have done is been more decisive. I could have said, listen, they're likely to raise interest rates. The Canadian dollar has been weakening. It's likely to strengthen on this news. So I'm going to just buy the Canadian dollar. I'm going to go long the Canadian dollar and short the US dollar and be decisive, trade that one option, take as little risk as possible, and I'll be done with it. And leave the upside blank. Not even take this other trade on the top side. Not even take this one up here. And of course, price could have shot upward, and I would be sitting here having a completely different conversation with you, but at least I would have been decisive. Now, I straddled both sides of the market because when there's volatility, we never know exactly where that volatility is going to go. What I'm left with right now is a binary option that will only profit if price in the next 3 hours and 49 minutes finishes above 31.20, and that's never going to happen. However, I could trade another option here and see if I can get out of all of this. So to solve a problem that you get into as a trader, you don't always have to trade the same financial instrument that got you into the problem in the first place. In fact, you can take a fresh perspective and a fresh start and look at something else that might be setting up and doing a better job for you. And in that case, it was the British pound US dollar, which on the 60-minute chart is oversold. On the 15-minute chart was oversold today. And on the 5-minute chart was oversold today as well. And I thought, hey, I bet this can, over the next 24 hours, I bet this can rise above 29.60. And so I paid $22 to make about $80 if price can go above and stay above 29.60 over the course of the next 11 hours. And I'm giving myself a pretty significant length of time for that trade to be successful. But what if I also wanted to use the dollar Canadian to help myself get out of this trouble? Well, they raised interest rates and price fell to the monthly pivot, which is really no surprise at all. It would not surprise me if over the course of the next 24 hours, the dollar Canadian is able to fall below 29.80 and stay below that level. So could I trade something that will benefit from that? So, oh, look at this. I only have options. No, those are the spreads. I don't want the spreads. I want the binaries. I was going to say, that's ridiculous. Okay, I have one that expires tonight, super late, 11 hours from now. And let's see if I can trade something that would, 29.80 is the level that I'm talking about. Well, I could risk, this is interesting, I could risk 15 to make 85. Well, that seems pretty reasonable. That's a pretty good risk to reward ratio. I like that trade. I'm going to take that right now. And there we go. That order is at work, and we're seeing if that order can come out all right. So there it is. I think being decisive plays a huge part in success, and it always requires a certain amount of courage to do that because it puts you on the line. Now I'm sitting here trying to get my account from $1,950 all the way up to over $2,000 to start with, and I'm telling you, and I did a video about this the other day. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a fight, and I'm prepared for it. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. I know that it's going to work. I know I'm going to go over that 2,000 mark. And once I get over that 2,000 mark, I think everything is clear sailing from there. But it takes, I don't know, it's that first goal, that first mini goal towards the larger goal where all of the resistance and all of the obstacles are going to show their ugly faces. And I'm ready for it. Bring it on, everybody. I'm so glad to see you here. I love spending some time with you. Let's check the chat. Lloyd's here, Mark's here, Dante is here. I love you all. Listen, I know I say that I love you all, but I really mean it. And I know I don't know some of you at all, but I do care about you. It's why I don't charge very much when I launch a class, but I do charge for my time. I don't think that's unreasonable. I'm not going to get into a big thing about that. But I genuinely do care about you, especially as a group and not individually, because some of you as individuals are real jerks. Anyway, thanks for watching. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel by going to youtube.com/RobBooker. The brand new class is available now, and you just hop on over to robbooker.com, which I'll link to in the video. And you can see, you can put your email address in and your phone number in, and I will send you a link to the brand new class. I hope you'll consider joining me for that class. It's some of the best work I've ever done in my life. The lessons are completely ready, and there is an option on the class for like $2 per webinar to upgrade and watch me trade this live account during the news events that come out. Hey, listen, if you don't want it, I love you. If you do want it, I love you just a little bit more. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.